Today I'll be testing out the absolute cheapest wheels I've ever seen at $1 from Kmart and putting them up against one of my favorite wheels of all time, the Spitfire Formula Four Radial shape, which are $100. Well, technically they were $95, but with the way inflation's going, these are going to be $100 in no time. And it just doesn't sound as cool as $100. So I already know these Kmart wheels are going to be complete trash compared to the Spitfire Formula 4s, but what if they actually perform better than we expect? And could you actually pick up a set of these to skate if you're really desperate and broke and need wheels ASAP? Well, we're going to find that out today. So I'm going to set these up now and have a session here at this very smooth skate park to get a feel for the grip, how they roll overall, and the speed of them. Then we'll go to a rough DIY skate park after this spot to see how they handle the crust, do a few lock-in tests, and see how they hold their speed on rough ground as well. So let's set them up now, get into the first session, and see how good or bad these $1 Kmart wheels really are. I haven't stepped on my board yet, but I want to get my absolute first impression of starting my first throwdown just to see exactly how they feel. So let's do this together right now. Oh, damn, that's slow. That's real slow. And this is a really smooth park, and I've got pretty much brand new Bronson G3 bearings that I only just set up like 2 weeks ago. Well, this is going to be an interesting session, so let's get into it. How's this little world's smallest hubba right here? This is funny as. Need way more speed than that. Yeah, I'll take that one. That'll do. So first impressions of these wheels were super slow and they never really got any faster. That is the smoothest skate park that I've been to in a while. It's regularly lacquered, regularly painted, so it should be smooth and I should be rolling quick, but these wheels were slowing down so fast. I eventually got used to it by going faster than I usually do just to counteract that and get used to the lack of speed, but they never got any better. They're so grippy and so slow. So they do feel soft. They're way softer than a normal 99. I'm not sure if I wouldn't go any lower than a 90. It could be like a 93 to a 97. I can dig my nail into it, so it's definitely soft. And soft wheels usually do grab a bit more and slow down. So fair enough that they were slow at that smooth skate park. Softer wheels usually shine on rough ground. The shape of it though is pretty identical to a Spitfire Radial. It's 54, like the Radials I were riding just now, but they are definitely worn down. So they're smaller than 54 at the moment, and the riding surface has gotten wider as they've worn out. But this has the same riding surface at 20.5 mil, and it's 36 mil wide, which I think is only 2 to 4 mil wider than my normal radials. Not quite as wide as a Radial Full though, but these are very similar to the 54 millimeter Spitfire Radials, which is pretty weird. I wonder if they base these wheels off of that shape. So they're slow and grippy, but I was still able to revert on the big spins, the full cab, and rotational tricks like that. The tray flip and the big spin worked well as well. I thought because it's a really soft grippy wheel, it would grab you as you're trying to scoop, but they seem to work pretty well. I tried to do some power slides and these things do not slide at all. It was gripping so hard. So they will get you through through the rest of your rotation on a revert, but you're not going to be able to do power slides and everything like that. They didn't flat spot though, so that's a surprise. I didn't do many grinds, just some 50s on the ledges and stuff there. I wanted to save all of the grinds and slides for this DIY skate park I just got to, because there are so many good rails and ledges here. So let's get into the second session on these wheels, see how they handle this more rough ground, which I have a feeling they'll be better because they are softer wheels. I don't think they're going to be any faster though, but I definitely want to see how they slide and grind on the ledges and rails here. So let's continue the session here so I can give the final verdict on if these wheels are going to be a reliable substitute if you're really broke and really desperate for wheels. But for only $1, they're definitely doing better than I would have expected so far. The ground actually feels good here with these softer wheels. They're not going any faster or holding their speed any better, but it feels a lot smoother here. So they're definitely softer than a standard wheel. Let's see how some grinds on the rail go. Not horrible. I thought it would be a lot more grippy than that. This is definitely my favorite thing here. Long round rail over the grass. It's so fun to skate. I battled trying to do a board slide on this thing and couldn't get it last time. I ended up doing a back lip on it somehow rather than a board slide. But I want to try and board slide this whole thing first, and then I'll try and feeble and 50 this to see how holding pinch grinds with these wheels on a long rail feels. It didn't feel too bad on the short rail, but I feel like it's going to be really grabby and hard to get to the end on those grinds. But let's go board slide first. Four or five tries, I'm happy with that. I just couldn't manage to get that last time I was here. Let's go with the back 50 next, and then we'll save the feeble for last because that's the most pinchy one. That actually goes well. Redo. Time for the feeble. These actually handle pinch grinds well. Okay, these slide way better than I could have ever expected. All of those front blunts were first try, back to back to back to back. And that's the trick I usually have trouble with if I have soft wheels or wide wheels, because it grabs along the side of the rail. But these are feeling sweet for that. So I'm gonna move over to the more rough section of the park, get a few more tricks over there, see how they feel on the more rough section, because they're feeling alright on this section here. But we'll go finish off the session over there, and then I'll talk about exactly how these wheels felt. How sick is this red belly black snake curved curb? We definitely need to get some tricks on this thing. It looks so sick. I'm hyped, but I want to get a better one. All right, I'm gonna go 2 more tricks on this reverse rainbow rail, landing into the more rough section, and then we'll call the session. Ow! That's one. And that's 2. So these wheels were much better at this more rough skate park here compared to the smooth one. Soft wheels are usually like that. They're not designed for smooth ground. Softer wheels are designed to take more impact and to help you roll across more rough ground smoother, which is exactly what these did. They weren't any faster and they didn't keep their speed any more than they did at the first park. They pinched grinds and slid way better than I could have expected. They didn't have that soft wheel screechy sound when I was grinding or sliding. They really impressed me there. So I was actually super surprised how well they did, especially at the DIY park. I'm not sure how durable they're going to be or how long they would last if you're skating rough ground like that, and taking impact you would think it would be better because it's a softer wheel, but I don't know the components or the formula that was used in these wheels, so I don't know if they can actually take impact or they'll just explode, and I'm not willing to test that. But are these worth getting if you're really desperate for new wheels and you're just broke and only have $1? Yes they are. They're definitely worth $1, even way more than $1. For how well they did at this park, how well they grind, how well they slide, but these impressed me way more than I expected. I did not expect them to go this well today. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to skate these again, and if anyone wants them, I'll give them to you. I'll just keep them in my car. But for $1, if you're in a jam, if you're really broke and you're stretching to your next paycheck, or if you're a kid or something and you just need some new wheels because one's broken or something, these are definitely worth the $1, and I would recommend them for sure. But as for how they hold up to the Spitfire Formula 4s, it's night and day. There's no comparison. Formula 4s are the ultimate top premium quality wheels. Even the bigger wheel brands have a hard time competing with them. So obviously these $1 Kmart wheels were never going to come close. Any Spitfire Formula 4 wheels will always be my go-to, but these $1 Kmart wheels weren't that bad actually. So I would recommend them if you are struggling and you really need some cheap wheels, but only for rough type of ground. You can ride them on smooth ground, but they're going to benefit you more on rough ground. They just feel better that way because they're so much softer. But to get a deeper look into one of my favorite wheels ever from Spitfire, the Formula 4 in the radial shape, check out this video right here.